Nyxar's Cycle, a detailed short story. First, the last breath. A frozen wind swept across the valley, swirling delicate snowflakes in endless white silence. High above the icy plains, where no trees grew and no rivers flowed, Nyxar, the eternal ice phoenix, perched on a jagged cliff. His feathers shimmered like frozen light, his eyes reflecting the distant stars. He knew his time had come. His body felt weightless, as if he were already dissolving into the wind. The cold was no longer around him, it was within him, a part of him, his breath, his essence. Spreading his wings, he let himself fall, gliding effortlessly down into the vast, empty expanse. His flight was silent, his presence barely a whisper, yet the snow below trembled at his passing. And then, with a final deep inhale, he let go. A mist of frozen light flowed from his beak, spiraling through the air, dancing like frost-kissed poetry. The cold condensed, forming tiny sparks of ice, which intertwined, shaped, and grew. With each exhalation, the mist transformed into something more, a glowing, crystalline egg, floating between Nyxar's talons. His body began to fade, dissolving like snow carried away by the wind. But he felt no fear. This was his cycle, his path. And then, he was gone. Second, the egg in winter. The egg rested in the endless frost, nestled in snow, surrounded by the stillness of the world. It pulsed faintly, like a slow heartbeat, soft, cool, waiting. Winter stretched across the land, icy winds brushing over the egg, making it glisten under the pale moonlight. Nights passed, the sky shifting, stars moving, yet the egg remained, untouched, unharmed. At times, storms raged above, burying it beneath blankets of snow, as if the world wished to hide it. But nothing could break the egg, it was the beginning, the promise of something new, patient in its quiet slumber. And then, one morning, as the first light touched the frozen horizon, something stirred. Third, the hatching. A faint crack broke the silence. A thin fracture stretched across the crystal shell, like frozen glass shattering under unseen pressure. Then another, soft, rhythmic, almost like a song. From within, a mist of cold escaped, colder than anything in the world. And with it came movement, a tiny, delicate claw pressing against the fragile barrier. Light within the shell grew brighter, until the egg split into 1,000 shimmering shards. Nyxar had returned. His form was small, his feathers downy and pale, still touched by the softness of new life. Slowly, his bright, curious eyes opened, seeing the world for the first time, again. His wings twitched, unsteady but full of promise. The cold was still within him, but now, it was young, unshaped. The wind embraced him, lifting him gently over the snow as he took his first steps. Fourth, rising to the sky. Day by day, Nyxar grew. His feathers became stronger, glistening like ice over a frozen lake. His wings stretched wider, his breath shaped the frost around him, and wherever he moved, tiny snowflakes followed. He practiced his flight over the endless plains, leaving shimmering trails in the air. Each breath was a gift, sculpting delicate frost patterns, each beat of his wings carrying the whisper of a new world. It took weeks, perhaps months, before he felt the call. The call to rise, to ascend, to follow the cycle once more. And so, he did. Nyxar soared into the sky, his wings slicing through the cold night, carrying him beyond the clouds. There, between the stars and the endless nothing, he flew, merging with the wind, the snow, the eternal silence. He knew that his day would come again. The day he would fade. The day he would breathe another egg into existence. But for now, he flew. Free, endless, beautiful.